What's going on, everyone? Let me start sharing my screen. Alright, so I don't know if you guys saw, but I learned this gold trade, and I think it's going to work. I think we're going to hit this. I ended up getting stopped to break even, which is fine, which, good, nothing I can do about. But yeah, I think it's still gonna work. You can see right here we induced under this low, and I think they're gonna hit this. This is buy side. This is buy side. Right? These are really clean highs. If we get an entry down here, I'm gonna try this as well. Right here. So that's kind of what I'm looking at right now. Gold. ES has given us some really nice textbook long entries. I got on a little late, or else I would have alerted this, obviously. Okay. Is it in the 8:30 time? No, but this is pretty textbook still, right? And same with like NQ. Okay, we're still holding this daily fair value gap, but want to see expansion out of here. Okay. Very, very messy. This is extremely messy. So I'm coming in with today caution because I think there's a lot of news this week. I'll go check that out in a second. But I'm gonna be watching gold and CL a little bit. Again, I'm still bullish on oil. There's really nothing I can alert on oil at the moment, but I'm bullish on gold. I think this is gonna be a good long. So there's low resistance liquidity right here as well. I could probably just chase long right now. I'm not going to though, but if we get this in gold, I'm gonna long it. But yeah, unfortunately I stopped to break even. I don't know if any of you other guys saw it and took this and maybe you're still in, but the thing with gold is I notice a lot of times my break-even stop strategy does not work as well, and I've noticed that for a few different plays now, which is fine. I'll just I'll keep having to kind of mess with it, but I may in the future not move my stop to break-even because this is a perfectly good play where okay, if we induce here, that's probably better, right? This is something I should not have gotten stopped in this probably, so. Against CL, there's really nothing I like here. And NQ, for right now, okay, I will say right now I am bullish for the day. Okay, if I will immediately change my bias. If we start cutting back through this order block right here, and we start just dumping below it, I'm immediately going to change my bias, and I'm gonna say we should hit this low. So that's kind of my plan for ES and NQ. Okay. But it's really dumb to short down here because this still is bullish for a value gap, and we still know we have bias at above. So it's really stupid to short down here, you know. What's up, Floppy? I don't know if you guys saw, but in trading chat, someone at Owen commented networking with people who here traded the 2022 model, and literally no one responded. It's kind of funny. How was everyone's weekend? Yeah, I'm reading trading chat and just like do the class. Let's see here. Yeah, I did the. I don't know if you guys were in class yesterday. There's a guy named Sajid, and he was in there, and I recognize him from Twitter. He's like a 13-year-old trader, and he's like 13 or 14, I think, and he's learning ICT, so it's pretty cool. I saw his profile picture. I'm like, I thought I recognized a profile picture, but he's a 14-year-old trader. He has Twitter. And just, yeah, so he was asking me some questions. I'm gonna pull up my Forex Factory real quick. I gotta check the news for this week. I'm pretty sure we have a lot. Alright, so news, May 22nd. Wait, this is today. Okay, so today we have nothing. So this tells me that volatility today will probably not be. It could be. I'm pretty sure there might be like flash news today. The debt ceiling news, which could move the market. Tomorrow there's a lot. That's crazy. So tomorrow will be a day we don't trade till 10. I have a dentist appointment, by the way, tomorrow morning anyway, so I can't trade till like 10:30 or 10:45. So I'm gonna get on at like 8:30, like I normally do, and I'll just have to leave. I'll leave my screen on or whatever. But I have a dentist appointment. I'll only be on for like an hour. So it's probably better anyways because we have a lot of news. And then at 5:30 Wednesday, we have a FOMC meeting minutes. Oh, this is minutes. Okay, so we have minutes on Wednesday. $8:30 we have unemployment claims. So 8:30 is gonna be another day you just gotta wait. And then Friday doesn't look too bad. So yeah, it doesn't look terrible. Let me check out Euro USD. Euro USD, we hit buy side last night. I tried alerting this play last night. There was this play right here, and it just never got through entry. I almost alerted it. I almost alerted chase it, but again, I'm doing this all mainly not in live yet because I'm still practicing these. I almost started to chase it, but I didn't want to promote bad practices. But I have seen where buy side was, and we hit buy side very nicely, so that was nice. But yeah, this entry would have been really good. And just, it goes back to what I explained last week. Sometimes you never hit that discount entry. Obviously that's not this. So discount the premium at the time was like right here, and discount would have been right here, and we just never hit it, which is unfortunate. So, is what it is. I don't know if anyone saw, but or if anyone watched basketball, but pretty funny. Celtics lost last night. Alright, too cold zoning. Oh, gold is in our entry. Okay, well, I'm gonna try gold here probably. My stop is gonna be, let's see. I don't think this is a good time to trade gold, but my stop's gonna be like right here probably. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, there's an FOMC minutes on Wednesday. That was a big thing. And then Tuesday there's unemployment claims at 10 a.m. Those are the big things. Yeah, I'm so lucky I didn't go to the tournament on Saturday, Owen. Ryan, NQ versus ES, what you trading under funded account? It depends. Whatever one's clean, like whatever one you think is moving more volatile. I think lately, just because of the SPX 0 DTEs and just how they're every day and how they added SPY 0 DTEs every day, I think NQ has been a lot better recently. And that's just my opinion. So I think NQ has just been better recently. So I'm obviously still experimenting with gold. In my eyes, this is a textbook long, so that's why I'm trying it. Obviously, I'm taking this on demo, but this is a trade where we took liquidity, we purged liquidity, right? So we purge liquidity here. We kind of violate these bearish fair value gaps, and right now we're holding this inverse fair value gap kind of combined with this, right? So that's my plan for this entry. And yeah, so really if I see, I'm actually going to tighten my stop loss a little bit and say if we close below this, I'm going to get out probably. But yeah, still experimenting with gold. I don't know if it's a good time to trade it. I mean, I think it is, but I don't know. This is not an entry I'm going to take, but definitely a fair value gap on watching oil. And then if we can hit right here on, I'm going to say like if we can hit this high right here, I'm going to stop the break even, right? This right here, this low, this fair value gap. If we can hit that, I'll just move my stop to break even. Yeah, hopefully, I don't know if price is going to be good today on ES, so if it's not, I'll obviously watch gold and do some more teaching on gold in a little bit. Again, so for everyone who came in here, if I see us really violate this 1 hour order block, right, that's going to tell me what? That's going to tell me two things. We're rejecting this for bearish fair value gap, right? And the other thing is, that tells me we're probably gonna go down to like at least this low, if not this low. So this order block is big to me. Okay. I'm gonna do something funny in chat. Trade chat. Working nicely. I obviously want to see this get violated here, right? If this is I need to see us rip through this. Could definitely move my south break even now. By the way, my entry is a little lower. It was like right here. I'm just gonna leave it for now. It's by the way, who's in this play with me? Is anyone in this play with me? You are, Pico? Nice. Cool. God, I really think this is gonna work. Like, there's just no way this doesn't work. Remember, I'm gonna move my stop to break even as soon as we hit this. If we can. I actually might do it a little lower. I'm gonna actually move it if we take out this high. Like, this is one of those fair value gaps where I do not want to see a rejection here. I should probably move my stop to break even now. We've already moved, what, 2 points off my entry. So, like, this is really good spots. But like, if we come back down to my entry, we're probably gonna fail. Okay, that's so. I really want to move my stop to break even if we hit this, but if we don't and we come back down to my entry first, it's definitely gonna go lower. Right, this is one of those fair value gaps we want to see in and out, especially because there's a bearish fair value gap here. So I'm going to move myself to break even in this trade just because I do not want to see us come back down to this. If we come back down to this, I think this play is going to fail. Just because this is a bearish fair value gap, and I feel like this move has been good enough to where, okay, if gold is truly bullish, we should violate this pretty quickly. So I'm going to just move us out to break even now, and we'll see what happens. Obviously, I'm not going to sell till we get this high, and I'm not going to sell my last until we get this high up here. Well, actually, my final target's up here, so I'm going to leave a runner until up here if we get it. That'll be 6-hour trade, but that's kind of unlikely. But, yeah, I'm going to move my stop to break even. Again, if we hit my break even stop, I think this play is going to fail. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, the 1 hour. Another reason is another reason, by the way, is because whatchamacallit, it's a bearish fair value gap, right? And from what I've noticed, a lot of these bearish fair value gaps, even if the bias is wrong, they do get respected somewhat. That's another thing I've noticed about gold. So, might get south to break even here. Again, if I get south to break even here, it'll be fine. Mid trade. I hope I don't. This looks really textbook to work long. It's 8:57. Again, I'm not sure. Like, I think it's a good time to trade gold. Like, I don't think it's a bad time to trade gold. I think there's only a few bad times to trade it. Yeah, it's this OB right here, the 1 hour, right? This is a textbook order block. So if I was short biased, this would be a very good short, but we just have equal highs above. I'm expecting them to be violated. Even if we do something like this, right, and I get south to break even, I'm gonna continue to look for a re-entry all day probably, and maybe I'll probably alert another entry if we get it. If we don't hold this, we're gonna get stopped. I'm gonna get stopped. But yeah, again, if I was short bias, this would be a really good short entry. So that's the other reason why I moved my south break even, because if, again, like I said, like if I really wanted to short out, this is where I'd short. So usually I don't move my stop to break even until we hit internal liquidity, but that's usually when I'm very confident in the bias. Versus this bias, I can definitely see this being short right now, so that's why I move it to stop to break even before we actually hit internal. If that makes any sense. UBT is out on its Velta. I'm out. Was in drawdown on a challenge ending tomorrow. My profit curve turned up the day after I joined here. Well, I mean, that's a good sign, right, Pico? I think that's good. So we just hit discount, okay? Oh, I gotta move this. We just hit discount right here. This has to hold, right? See how we wicked in the discount? And there's no fair value gap right here. Okay, there's no fair value gap right here. So if this doesn't hold, I'm gonna get south to break even. I gotta see a nice impulsive candle out of this. Yeah, I probably need to stop to break even. Again, I'm gonna leave my stop just because. I mean, the nice thing was it went about 2 point. It went literally like it went about 2 points since the entry, which is good. Obviously, I wanted more. We'll see. There's still a chance if we can keep closing above this fair value gap, but you know, this is a really good short in my opinion. Like if the bias was bearish, which I'm not super confident in the bias right now. I know we're gonna go up at some point. This to me is not a plus. Let's see, about to get stopped. At least it's not a loss, you know. It's $100 per point. It's $10 per point. One. All right. Well, I got stopped to break even there. I know it looked like it didn't hit it there, but it just in my break even stop. So I'm out for break even. Again, I'm gonna still keep watching this because I still think this is bullish. I'll look for another re-entry. So the thing is, with every single trade I've alerted so far, like in the Forex Gold and the oil channel, right? Every single one, we've been in some really nice profit. And if you notice, I'm not selling, okay? Because if you really want to be profitable, you can't just sell. Like, you can't just sell because you're up 2 points. Yes, it was nice that we were up 2 points, right? It was very nice we were up 2 points, okay? But you can't sell. If you want to be profitable, you have to hold to your target because that's gonna make you, right? If you can hold to your target, right? You know that your next 2 losses are gonna be bigger, okay? Or your next 2 losses are gonna be smaller if you can make a win this big, right? And if I really think the market's gonna go here, well then, you just want to hold to your target. So that's like the one thing. This still looks bullish. I'm not gonna lie. Like this still looks bullish. I'm just respecting my stop. I still think gold is bullish here. I still think this is gonna work, but I'm just gonna get out and respect it. I should have held like another tick, but it's fine. ES is still holding this fair value gap. Notice how when I drew this fair value gap on ES, I didn't really say anything. I said not to take it. Yeah, equal highs here now. No fair value gap on Q. So really, because today I don't know if it's going to be super nice or not, I'm just going to draw CE of this wick, and that's going to be my other target, like 412 area, and then up here obviously. Oops, I just posted this to the wrong channel. No, I just accidentally posted this. Oops. This is not a 1 minute fair value gap I try because even though it's so bullish, it's not what I try because of this breaker, right? Because we went above this breaker and we never closed above it, this is not bullish. So that's why you're probably wondering why I didn't alert along there. It's because of this. So really because we went above this, wicked above, we didn't close above it, and we didn't hold this as support, that tells me this fair value gap should not work. Okay, so that's my reasoning behind that. Again, I'm going to keep watching this. I'll see if we get some sort of market structure shift. The high I see right now is this right here. If we break this high, a lot of displacement, and get a fair value gap, okay, I'll re-enter. But unless we get that, I'm not going to re-enter this. Oh, I think I gave you stage powers on Friday. Yeah, it's because I wasn't here. All right. Well. Yeah, that could come across the week. That could be some like surprise news. I have no idea. I don't even know if like today we don't really have a lot of news, so I don't know if today's gonna be volatile or not. I'm not logged into my personal account yet. I don't know if I will. I want to see how open is. Yeah, it's like London did not look that good. Yeah. We're still holding this inverse fair value gap. Remember, where would the actual stop be? Like if you were still holding, like where would the actual stop be if my stop wasn't break even? Someone tell me. No, it's not a number. We already hit 1975. Yeah, exactly. So like TV swap, if a body closed under this, that's the actual stop. Okay, just like this, right? The play later last night, this one right here. Okay. I don't know exactly where I had my thing. It was like, oh, it was up here. So this play later last night, like the actual stop is way down here. We never hit this, right? So this is still working. I still am bullish. Okay, just like this 5 minute. The actual stop is really if we go to close under this, right? But for risk management purposes, I'm still testing my break-even strategy on gold, obviously. So this is also a 15-minute fair value gap. So if we close under this on the 15-minute, I think we're gonna go down and induce more. Like we could still go like this, but the hourly time frame is still bullish for sure. And we got the 15-minute relative equal highs. Yeah, so this is a stop where it'd be a manual stop, not an automatic stop. You'd have to watch this. So, yeah. Yeah. Here's another fair value gap that I want to take just because it's not a solid market structure shift yet, right? This is more of a low risk buy right here, so I could long this. It's a low risk buy. There's not really a good market structure shift though, unfortunately. So not something I would take. More of like this is like a C set, not even a B. I don't really expect this to work, but if it does, I wouldn't be surprised. No. I have not. It could. Not really too sure what the bias is here. I think it's bearish. I think we're gonna go like, if we get a short setup, I'll take it down to here. I should have shorted this, man. This was a low risk sell, right? Because there's really no market structure here shift or market structure shift here. This is actually a low risk sell more than like an A+ setup. Okay. Yeah. Alright. I gotta pick someone. By the way, for the people who are in here for free, I think your trial expired Friday or whatever. Not your trial, but yo, what's up, Ant Coster? For the people who I gave free permissions to for 2 weeks, I think that ends today, just so you guys know. I'm not sure if they're in here, or I think it was like Royce and the other dude. I forgot the other dude. Yeah, remember I did the Pictionary game? And I got premium for 2 weeks free, but obviously it did not anymore. Alright, who should I pick from Trading Chat to win? Okay. I'm not sure how that would work. So we got Flame Tam, Broody, Kui, Token Trader, and Moolah. Everyone take your vote. What? By the way, this is like an A+ setup. Right, this long right here, this is an A+ setup. It's because on the daily, we hit daily sell side, we formed a BPR, right, we violated this fair value gap. This is just a A+ setup, I know from screen time. we're starting to dig under this a little bit. There's the thing is, like, if we get a short setup, we'll take it. There's no long setup to really take at the moment. That's the one thing I will point out. Like, there's no long setup to take yet. The market's open in 15 minutes. And as you guys know, I will not blindly long off this order block. I think that's a really bad strategy, especially because we are rejecting this bearish trade rag at the same time. So, like I said, I'm leaning a little more bullish, but if we get a short setup and we start to violate and cut through this, I'm going to change my bias a little bit. So, more kind of neutral than super bullish at the moment, because I'm open to possibilities. And the reason why I'm open to being bearish, too, is because we're so high. This was also for our fair value gap, so I can definitely see us being bearish here, like, for sure. So I'm kind of open. I got a little more neutral, so, but leaning bullish. Same thing with NQ, right? You can see, like, this is a screen time setup right here. How I get like this double fair value gap, even though there's no market structure shift here. This is more of a screen time setup where this is just one of those strong double fair value gaps where we're so high, we cut through this and then form a double one, and then we reject off it, right? I see that happen a lot. So yeah, this is still working. Again, not a setup I would take, but setup that I wouldn't be surprised if this works. It's a low risk buy, and it is lined up with this 5-minute inverse fair value gap, which is why I wouldn't be surprised if it works. So we're still holding this order block. My guess is we're going to at least take out these equal highs before we go down. See if there's any equal highs on NASDAQ. It's just looks this. In reality, right, when I'm looking at this, this actually looks really bad. I'm not going to lie. Like, I'm trying to shoot off a really bad. I'm trying to guess based off a really bad setup. Like, this setup as a whole is really bad and choppy, and it's just, it makes it hard. I'm just shooting my shot with what I think. But, like, I don't really like, this does not look like something that is not healthy price action. Like, this looks healthy, like any price action is healthy or whatever. But, like, it doesn't look like something that's, like, super clean to where I can make an easy guess, okay? Like, this 5-minute and hourly doesn't look too great. So that's kind of why I'm just going to go with the flow here and play whatever I see. Gold is setting up some nice low resistance liquidity, okay? Which does not mean I would still, long this, okay? I would still not long this, right? I'm not in this, I'm not long it. But this is important to note. Like, this is, I would call this pretty algorithmic right here, these three highs. They formed almost perfectly. The thing with this and why this isn't my favorite inverse fair value gap setup, does anyone know why this isn't my favorite? I talked about it last night. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Floppy. There's more than one fair value gap in this leg, so it's really not my favorite setup, right? You could have drawn this, right, which failed, and you also could have drawn this, right, which is still working, right? There's three. So this is why, like, this wasn't my favorite setup and why I wasn't super confident, which is why I put myself to break even pretty quickly, because what did I say? I said if we're bearish, we're going to reject, and this is a really nice short, okay? So obviously we rejected this, and this was a nice short, okay, but was my bias bearish? Not really, but I wasn't super confident, and yeah, this is why I just don't like the setups with one or more inverse fair value gap, because you see us rejecting off of all of them, and you really don't know which one's going to be used. So if this was one single one, that's what I'd prefer, And on the 15 minute, what do you notice? We never actually closed above this, so you can't use this in inverse fair value gap, which is another thing that you got to note, right? So it does maybe look like we will hit this low again. Again, I'm still overall a bit bullish. I'll look for another setup if we get like, if we go down here, right? I'll look for another setup, okay? But we never closed above this in the 15 minute. Okay, we closed to it to the tick. So obviously this is important to understand. And that's why, my guess, that's probably why none of these worked at the moment. So really on the 5 minute it looks like we closed above it, but in the 15 minute we never did. And there's none on the hourly. So 15 minute would be the highest time frame I'd use because that's the last time. That's the highest time frame with the fair value gap. I'm still watching for longs. Okay, we can still get one, and then if we come down here, I'll watch for, I'll alert another long. No, Sherlock, this was not bearish because this is such nice displacement where I cannot see this failing. Like, and even if I did want to short, like even if I did want to short this breaker block, I'm not sure what breaker block you're talking about, by the way. Even if I did want to short here, oh, I thought you were talking about this. There's equal highs, so it's really against my rules to short here. Yeah, I know, Leopard, I agree. Let me see. Hourly. This is a short setup, but there's no breaker. Like, there's no, the breaker's up here. This zone up here, right? These two red candles before the move. So there's breakers right here. We never hit them. If we can hit two of these targets and get to the breaker and then get a short setup, yeah, I wouldn't mind taking it. Again, I'm kind of neutral, leaning a little more bullish, but a little neutral, because if I see a short setup, I guarantee you I'll slap it. Like, I would totally slap this short right now, right? Why do I like this inverse fair value gap? Because it's one. It's only one in this leg. Like, if I was bearish, I'd totally slap short right now, but I can't because it's against our rules with these equal highs. Especially with three of them. But this is a nice inverse fair value gap that I could slap short. If these weren't here, I probably would try it. Like I said, I'm not... What do you say, Cooney? Yeah. Like I said, I'm not super bullish, so like I can switch my bias very easily right now if I see something I like. Yeah, but like this is a really textbook short if these equal highs right here. The reason why is because it's one fair value gap. We violated this swing low, which was inside a PD array, right? So here's our market structure shift, and then here's a short. If we took out these equal highs, then I'd have to wait for a whole new short setup. Yeah. By the way, if it's not against your rules to short with equal highs or equal lows, then obviously this is something you can slap if you want. But just the amount of times I save myself from not shorting with these equal highs above is just a lot. So that's one of my rules. I don't know if it's one of yours. If it's not, then yeah, you can slap this fine. And then I guess your target would be, first target would be here because it's low before the fair value gap, and then final target would probably be probably this low. I mean, obviously like this low, but you could try to hold to this low probably. That's only if those are not part of your rules, but they're part of mine, so can't do anything about it. Gold doing? Gold still just chopping around here. We could definitely do some. We could definitely do a power 3 here and then just jump back up. Doesn't matter to me. If I get the long setup, I'll take it. Already got stopped to break even twice, so I was just still in the first play. So if you look at what I said in this index commentary, I just wrote a little mini paragraph. Is Levi here? I don't think Levi's here. Wait, why is that? What candles are those, Goonie? Oh, Butters is here. Hey. Do they show fair value gaps? Yo, Butters, request to speak. I keep telling the new moderator guy in trading chat, he's not really mod, he just, I don't know, he posted some stuff and he seemed decently not dumb, so I gave him permission in case anyone, what he does is, obviously if there's like an imposter, I'll have him ban him or whatever, but like, he's not a bad trader, so I'm like telling me as a joke to tell me something to full port, because he said if he got mod, he would alert some stuff. I'm still waiting. Yo, what's up? What's up, Butters? How are you awake? Take that cold ice bath today. Awesome. Definitely just didn't roll out the bed to the screen. All right, there's the market open. So let's see what happens. Again, not something I would personally short just because my rules. If it works, I would not be surprised because without these here, I'd definitely slap this short. So again, I'm saying not to take it if you want. If it's not against the rules and you want to take it, go ahead. But I'm gonna be safe because I bet you we're gonna hit these equal highs. All right. So let's see if we can get some volatility off open. I'd like to see if NQ creates a fair value gap here. Again, I don't really have high expectations for today in the first place. Okay, like there's nothing today. So like I don't know if we're gonna actually be volatile or not. So I'm kind of coming in with low expectations. I'm still not logged into my personal account yet. Yeah. There's actually some nice low resistance liquidity forming here. That's the only thing I see. I'm gonna open my Ninja Trader. Yeah, you're good enough, Dart, to full port. I'll full port your plays any day. All right, this is just again not a really fun open. If we just shop around, I would totally not be surprised. Like I will not be surprised at all. I don't think it's a great day to trade in the first place because why? Can someone tell me why? There's two reasons. Yeah, ES probably will clear these highs, and obviously I want this high as well. But why is today like? There's two things, and one thing combined with the other makes it not super. Yes, exactly. So what Mr. Turner said. It's not the upcoming red folder news all week. That means nothing. But it's because we have no news today, right? And because it's a Monday, right? And we expect consolidation on Mondays, especially with no news. That's why. If we get news today, then I'd probably expect some nice volatility, maybe some expansion. But the fact that we've no news just fits really well with the theme of the weekly profiles versus like the weekly profiles say Monday is usually just like the consolidation day, and that's going to be the most true if there's no news today, right? So that's why I don't have super high expectations for today. Okay, what I think's going to happen is I bet you we're going to break out of this LR and NAS. So that's like the one thing we got going for us. But yeah, other than that, there's like nothing else. Okay, there's equal highs. Again, I want these dotted lines to hit. Once this dotted line hits, this is CE of the hourly fair value gap, I'll kind of reassess. I want to see the displacement we break this with, right? I'm expecting us to break it. Okay, so we just hit that dotted line. So both dotted lines were hit now. Now I'm kind of checking out the displacement, okay? And if we see nice displacement along setup, I'll take it to here because that's where I think ultimately hits today. Really? So again, my semi-bullish bias is right. Again, I wasn't like, oh, we're 100% going for these highs, but I was leaning a little more bullish, as you guys heard. So that okay. So this low resistance liquidity broke. Beautiful. So it broke. Okay. So you can see the NQ highs broke. I still want higher. So we created a nice 5-minute fair value gap here. So this tells me what? This tells me that we displace over this high pretty nice. Okay, and this tells me if we get a 1-minute confirmation long setup from here, I'll probably take that. Okay. Obviously I could have. This was a good chase. I will say that. Okay, I'm not gonna say if I entered or not, but this was a good chase in my opinion, right? Because we bounced off this fair value gap, right? We ticked right into it for an IO-Fed entry, and I always say I expect low resistance liquidity to be broken on the leg where we get the entry. Okay, and you can see in hindsight, right? It gave us the entry, but then in live time that caused me to say, okay, I think we're gonna break this low resistance liquidity. Even though I didn't enter this, right, that caused me to think, okay, we should break this now because we got the entry. It gave us the entry. We had nice displacement above here, and it's probably like it's 5-minute market structure shift right here. And that tells me we're gonna break it on that leg rather than like, oh, I don't know when we're gonna break it, right? And I'm still bullish on gold. I think the actual stop, like, I think it was like right here. Or it was close to here. I forgot where I drew it. I'll have to look back at my YouTube stream. It was somewhere around here where I actually drew it. Let's see what Euro USD is doing. So Euro USD hit the low, right, where the stop from this would not be break even. I'm still gonna look for a short setup on this probably. Alright, so as long as this holds and we get a long setup out of this, I believe we're gonna go hit buy side. So this is where you just gotta wait and be patient. Or you can chase. It's not up to me though. You can chase and allow yourself drawn on if you want. Again, this was definitely a smart chase. Chasing up here to buy side, this is probably not a smart chase. I mean, it's not a dumb chase if you want to chase right here, because the only reason it's like kind of dumb because if we can get that entry down here, this would be like 10 times better. So this isn't like a horrible dumb chase, but it's also not like super smart. And I still think we're gonna hit this high. I just got the reminder for my dentist appointment for tomorrow. Yeah, I got mine out. This is the first high I'm looking for an NQ, and then obviously I want this high eventually, but we don't have to hit this high. All I want is a 4244 in ES. We don't have to hit this high, but if we go for 4244 in ES, we're probably going to hit this high, but this is really my target at the moment. Let's see if we get a pullback here. If we don't, it's fine. Four two one seven. This is pretty stacked right here. If we get a fair value gap here, I'm gonna try this light. I'll probably try like 3 MES cons or something. Right here. So I'm gonna try this light if we get 3 MES cons, just because like I still think we go up, and this is kind of stacked. So you know I'm gonna try it. So why not? And I like the volatility here. Let's see. I don't know if we're gonna get it. Might not, which is fine. Stop loss would just be under this candle. So it'd be about a 3-point stop. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get it. Damn. If we take out this high, I'm not taking it. If we, yeah, I'm not taking it now. Okay, so a lot more risky to take now. I'm not taking it. Still bullish, obviously. Just it's not gonna give us the entry. So now I'm not taking this because we just hit internal liquidity. Would have been much more confident. Like the thing is, if we could hit this with my strategy, right? With my strategy, what I look for is if we can hit this and then hit internal liquidity, at least you can move your stop to break even. But now I can't do. Now we already kind of hit lower resistance liquidity, making that if we came back down to the entry now this would be high resistance liquidity. It would be like a broadening formation. So now I would not want to take this, even though it's still not a fair value gap I want to take. Like it's still a good fair value gap because I'm bullish. But just for my strategy, it's something that I'd probably stay away from now. I'm still bullish. Obviously, I still think we hit this high. Yeah. That kind of sucks. That would have been a nice long. We're almost to the target on Q. Again, I'm guessing we're going to go past this high and hit higher highs, but we don't really need to. It doesn't matter to me. Wherever, again, this black line is my ultimate target, okay? I've had this black line for a while. Okay, so it depends on if we really displace above this high, right, that still gives us like 10 more points to go, then I'll say, okay, I think we're going to go higher NASDAQ. But like, this is the only high I want for now because it kind of, if we can hit this high, it's probably going to line up and hit this high at the same exact time. So, you know. Kind of sucks. Again, I'm not longing this anymore. We already had internal liquidity, so it's kind of risky for me. It is stacked, but I'm just gonna stay out for now and just wait. Let's see what gold is doing. Gold's not doing anything interesting. CL is still. I like this candle forming on CL. It's a pretty nice candle. Again, this is an entry where, like, if this fails, I would not be surprised, okay? And I kind of hope it does, even though it looks good to long, because if this fails, I'll kind of show you why I would not be as confident in taking this anymore. It's because we already hit internal now. Even though I think buy side's higher, it's just my, it works so well with my strategy. Like, even though it's stacked, even though it's like, it was a good long, it's not really a good long to me because now we have high resistance liquidity, right? And we form that, so hopefully it fails and you kind of see why I went along it now. No, do not short. I still think buy side's above. So really what I'm thinking now is we'll see if we get an entry from here. If we can get a long entry from here, like a confirmation entry, I'll definitely slap this. Very hard. So it looks like this is failing, which is this is the reason why. Okay, this is the reason why I take off my limit as soon as we hit this high. So you kind of see that. You kind of see why I did that. So my next spot is if we can hit here, I'll look for a long. NQ is definitely not bearish yet. Okay. Again, I want this high on NQ as well. Possibly. Let me check YM. Is this divergences? Oh no, here it is. Wow, YM is very weak. Wow, that's crazy. So this definitely looks a lot more bearish. YM does. So we'll see what happens at this fair value gap. Right, I'm not gonna blindly long this. Okay, I'm not blindly longing this. I'm going to see if we get a confirmation long off it. Especially with YM. YM is just totally dumping here. Same situation with NQ. Right, this is still not bearish to me yet. We could retrace all the way down here and then get a long setup, which would make ES go way lower than I think. Alright, let's see if we get like a confirmation long setup here. This is where you just gotta be patient. Yeah, this is 100% a short setup on YM, but overall the bigger picture this still looks bullish, so I want to be like, this is just a tough situation. This is why I hate looking at YM sometimes, because this looks very bearish and NQ and ES look more bullish to where I think we're going to take out this high, and ES I obviously want the highest high right here. So yeah, I'm not going to look at YM for the time being because it kind of opposes what I think is going to happen. I'm going to base my bias off of this. Right, if this 15-minute fair value can close, then obviously this would be a good spot to look for like a confirmation long setup. And it's also a 5-minute fair value as well, so can't really stupid to short right now. Even this fair value gap right here, why do you not short this? Well, equal highs, and even if these equal highs weren't here, why would you still not short this? Yeah, because we just hit discount. So we just hit discount, and I still think we've untapped buy set above. So that's the other reason. And I still think NQ hits this high. So all those three things combined, not a smart short. Okay, boom. There's the high in NQ. So we got that, finally. Now maybe I'd be a little less confident that this hits and this might work. My plan was I thought NQ was going to hit the high and we're going to be a bias at the same time. So now this actually might work, which is fine. Yeah, this might actually work now. I'm just going to kind of reassess. This is why NQ is so much better to trade. ES looked like stronger this morning, but now this is not strong. And now the NQ hit the high, this actually might work for a short. So I'm going to stay out of the short just because I still am bullish. I'm more bullish than I was this morning, right? I'm still bullish in the sense where, yeah, I probably wouldn't short this because we still are holding this bullish for a value gap, right? We're still holding this. So I'm just going to kind of watch and see what happens here. If this works, I will not be surprised at all because NQ did take out that high. So that's kind of unfortunate. Who? Alright, it looks like we are actually displacing above this high with quite a bit displacement, which tells me we should go higher and hit this high and then probably take out this high. So because of the displacement I see in live time right now, this still technically is bullish. It's just this is going to hold us up if anything does. Yeah, I think there's more upside for room. Yep, there's that high, and obviously if I would not be surprised if we took out this high. This would be my next target. But yeah, this is going to hold us down a shit ton. This is just a screen time, looks good short, but it's not one I'd take. Like, this looks like, if I was bearish here, I would totally slap this, man. Was on the wrong chart once again this morning. This is why I said earlier NQ's been better recently. We'll see if we can displace above this at all. And I want this to fail, but it looks like one of those sort of value gaps. It's just like, it might not. Yeah, just NQ's been so much better. Like, NQ is just, we're going so high, and I think we're going to hit this high. What's ES doing? Absolutely nothing. It's not moving. This is why NQ's been so much better. If I know. Once we hit this on NQ, I'd probably be most out. I still want this black. I still do want this black line, but I probably would be most out and maybe reassess and maybe see if we get some sort of pullback in the day. But yeah, so this was the buy side ahead marked Friday. Remember what I said? I said as long as we hold this, I'm bullish, and we did. So it's working out nicely. Just ES is barely moving. Yeah. Come on. Like, if this works, I'm not going to be surprised at all, because this is not a fair. This is, I always say, is this a fair value gap I want to take? If I was short, this is one I totally take, right? If I had a short bias, but it's hard to have a short bias with NQ pumping so much, and YM is probably the reason why we're being held down so much, right? You can see YM is just rejecting this hourly fair value gap, and this is probably the reason. And we are forming nice low resistance liquidity here. So that's probably why ES is being held so much. Here's another like long entry in NQ, where it's kind of high to take now, but like I'd probably expect this to work. I'd probably expect this to work at least till we hit buy side, and then after this I kind of reassess. Just NQ is telling me two different things. This is a textbook short in NQ, and I mean it's a textbook short in ES, and then you just got NQ over here looking really bullish. So very uncorrelated at the moment. Again, I'm not mad that I didn't short this because it's working. Like I said before, it's something that I would not be surprised if this works, but I want it to get violated. It's just it's so strong. And this is another fair value gap where I'm expecting this to work for a long, right? I'm expecting us to hold this fair value gap and hit this buy side, which is about another, how many points would that be? About a 20-point move, so. How do I turn off these grid lines? This is like semi-stacked, by the way. Like right 4-2-1-1. It's like 4-2-10. Semi-stacked. So you're probably gonna see us consolidate around this. Grid line horizontal. Turn this off. I'll turn this off. All right, that's good. Okay. Well, I'm so bullish on Q, so what's up, Nicole? So this setup, I would say, was a success. Okay, even though we haven't dumped 100 points, this is still a short setup that worked. Why? Because we just hit this internal low. So again, textbook short setup that just worked perfectly. Am I mad that I didn't take it? No. Am I surprised it worked? Not at all. Like I said, it was a textbook short. Nothing I can do. It's just NQ hit my target this morning. So once NQ hits my target, that's when you kind of want to chill. But yeah, nothing you can do about this. It's unfortunate. Didn't slap that. NQ just took out so many highs, so like the fact that this worked is not surprising at all. So I'm kind of going to reassess. I'm not super bullish here. I want to see what happens now. This is where I just wait. And kind of reset. It looks like it. I bet you ES. What do you say, Goonie? Yeah, I know. 1 minute. Yeah, I may switch my bias here. I want to see what happens here. Again, we already hit so many of my targets this morning. Like, we already hit all my NQ targets. The only target we never hit was the ES high, which is, I don't know why. Again, I'm not going to be mega bearish until this fails. It's like a 4-minute fair value gap on the order block above it. So we just got to wait. Not mega bearish till this fails, because just the momentum in the hourly, right? It looks very obvious, even to someone new to ICT. This looks very obvious we're going to hit this high, does it not? So this is why I'm not super mega bearish yet. It's a 3-minute fair value gap. It's a 4-minute fair value gap. Really, because the 3D analysis, right? Even though this looks like a textbook short, not something I short just because of 3D analysis, right? If I only watch DS, then yeah, I'd probably short this. But I'm watching on Q at the same time, and just definitely not something. Definitely something I just stay out of for now. Is this stacked? This is probably stacked short. Yeah, this is pretty stacked short. Actually, not really. 4-2-1. This is like a small stack, not a stack as the other things. Gold isn't really doing much. I focus on every time frame: the 4 minute, the 5 minute, the 2 minute, the 1 minute. Right, the 3 minute, the 4 minute, the 5 minute. This is all telling me this is still bullish. Right, you got a fair value gap here. Okay, this is on the 5 minute. Does it match up with the 4 minute fair value gap? Yes, it does. Does it match up with the 3? Yes, it does. Does it match up with the 2? Yes, it does. Does it match up with the 1? Yes, it does. So every single time frame 1 to 5 right now is still looks bullish. It's not just the 4 minute. The 4 minute is just as a nice clean order block. Turtle soup once on Q hits the highs. I'm not a big turtle soup guy, but I could maybe see it working. Yeah, this is a little low resistance Cody here. Silver bullet starts at 10 a.m. so very soon. We got some nice low resistance liquidity here on NAS. This is something I would literally chase every day. Like, I would 100% chase this. If ES and YM didn't look how it did. Like, these just look too bearish for me to chase this in YM, or else this would be a very good chase in my opinion. But not something I'm chasing because of ES and YM. Just these look way too weak. The nice thing is YM did just take out this low, which is good, I guess. But the bigger picture, the 4 hour just closed horribly in ES. The 4 hour just respected this fair value gap, right? We didn't get good close above, and NQ just and YM just looks too weak. So this is why I'm not chasing this. But yeah, normally I would chase something like this. Even though I'm still expecting this to work and for us to hit buy side, am I chasing this? Absolutely not. This is just really dumb. This is where you just gotta wait. And like I said, this is such a bearish close for ES. So there's the low for ES. We should take out this. They're equal now, but we should break through this right now. And you can see this is failing, right? This is exactly why I want to chase this. Right, because ES and YM are just telling me this is not a good chase. Even something like this, right? Even though I want this long to work, like even though this looks like a textbook long, it's not super smart to chase just because of ES and YM. So I still think eventually, by the end of the day, I still think we hit this high. The next thing I will be watching for to see is if we get a long setup in here. So this is a giant 15-minute fair value gap. If we can get like a 1 minute confirmation long setup in here, I'll take it. Other than that, there's not really anything else I'm watching at the moment. But this looks good for longs, and it would look good. This would be like my ideal scenario right here. So you got internal sell side right here, this black line. So my guess is we hit this internal sell side at the moment. And then if we can get this and then get some sort of long setup, then I'll long. Could we bounce from here? Yes, we could. We could still get a long from here. Is this kind of high? Yes, it is. So I'm probably not going to slap along if we get a confirmation here. I 100% will if we get down here. Okay, there's the equal lows. So those broke on ES. This is where you just gotta be patient now. Yeah, still respecting that 5 minute fair value gap from Friday as well. Well, it's more of an hourly, but This is like so textbook to long, but it's just something I'm gonna stay out of for now. No. Okay. Yeah, YM just hit sell side, so I want to see it, but like, it makes total sense if we balanced here, right? Because YM took sell side, ES took this low, right? So I want to see some sort of balance here, which means I'm still not longing this. I'm still not going to long this because just the nature of we're way still in the premium. But if this works, I'll not be surprised. It's not something I'm longing though. I'll take a long setup if we get down here. Oh yeah. Okay, we should come down for internal sell side here. And then Q. And if we can get down here, that would set up for a really nice long. If we don't, it's fine. What? The hell? It's kind of weird. It was you. It was probably Goonie. You're trying to distract us. This is where you just gotta wait. Okay, so there's the internal sell side. So if we get a long setup down here, or confirmation long setup down here, I'll take it. If not, I'm just not. I'm gonna stay out. But looks like there's bearish news out right now, so this is where I'm just gonna sit still. Because the news, we could literally just dump through this. Am I still gonna draw it? Yes, I am. But this is where I look for the long setup right here. Again, 4 hour had such a bearish close where ES looks like it now wants to target this low. Versus if we get a long setup on an NQ here, I'll still take it. But man. Alright, this is where you just be patient. I'm not blindly longing this. This is where you just wait. So you can see why this is the only high I wanted, right, in hindsight. Why did I not really say this high? It was this high. So yeah, this looks really bearish now. I'm probably going to switch my bias and look for short setups, honestly, now. All I want to see is I want to see this violated first. until we violate this, I'm not going to look for shorts yet. Just because, like I said, this is a good spot to look for longs. Bouncing nicely off of it. Maybe we do get a confirmation long here. Let's see. So, I like the reaction from this. We might actually get a confirmation long from it. Again. Could I have blindly long this? Yes, I could have, right? Was it the spot where I said I wanted to look for longs? Yes, it was. Am I mad it's working? No, it's not, because I know I'll have a higher win rate if I wait for the confirmation setup. So, although you could have blindly long this, I'm fine with not. I know a few of you probably did, which is fine. Like that, if that's your strategy, you just long this when we get down to the good spot to look for long. That's fine with me. Okay, let's see if we form like a fair value gap here. If we form a fair value gap here, I'm gonna long. Yeah. Do you guys see why I said this was such a good long, or such a good spot to look for a long now? It's because it's waiting to discount. It's a clean fair value gap. There's only one fair value gap in this leg, and it was this one right here, right? That's why. Yeah. Gold this looks horrible right now. Damn. Alright, I'm gonna try a light long if we can hit let's see. There's this kind of premium. Let me see if this is stacked. Not really stacked. Alright, anyways, I'm gonna try a light long if we can hit like around 4198. And I'm actually going to take it in NQ. Like if we can hit like 13.886, I'm going to try it late long. I'm not sure what this news is, whether it's fake or real or not. Alright, Cody Ripster posted something. It was Ripster. So yeah, if we get down here, I'm going to try it late long. See if we get the entry. I don't know if there's footprints for Emma or for NQ. I wish I could see footprints for NQ. I'm still like, now that we respected this, I still think we're gonna hit this, honestly. I still think this is buy side. Okay, I really like that. See how I kinda like, I'm changing my mind a lot of time. Versus if we disrespected this, I would have looked for a short 100%. But did we respect it? Yes. Did we get a lot of momentum off of it? Yes. So it still looks a little bullish here. Yes, it's nicely going up. We never got the entry. Yeah, this looks a lot more bullish now. I'm probably going to do the entry on ES. I don't know what the footprints are looking like on Q. But this is really anywhere in here is the good long. If we get down here, that would be the better long, but it's this whole fair value gap, and I don't know exactly where we're going to hold in this, but it's really this whole fair value gap. First target for ES would be right here, and then obviously second target would be this high, and then third target would be where I wanted earlier, this dotted line up here. It might be, yeah. If it is, I'm not going to get the entry. Yep. It might have been. Maybe I should have entered there. It's fine though. I'm just gonna wait. This is how you stay disciplined. Yeah. I'm not sure if I should even long this. Like, I'm on my Twitter right now. I don't see anything. Let me check Ripster. Ripster said, bro, or someone replied, bro, it was 120 miles away. Fake, there's no legit news report of it, and all the networks have offices in DC. This is very weird. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. This kind of makes it more scary to long, because if this is true, this long is gonna get wrecked. Okay. I don't know. I mean, this is, without the news, this is 100% bullish. I still think we're gonna go hit this highs. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get the entry, unfortunately. Yeah, I see that. See, now this is too high to enter. See, the entry here should have been right here. Okay. I'm probably going to take away my limit now, guys, because we already just hit internal liquidity. So now same thing as before. See how we're creating this high resistance liquidity right here? Now this makes this more of a worse long, rather than, if this wick went here, I would have longed right here. Okay, but did this wick go that deep? No, it did not. So I'm probably just going to take out my limit again. Again, I know it sucks, but this is how you have a high win rate. Because when I do take a play, I know it's going to work. This is where you just got to wait. I'm still... Okay, I still am bullish as long as this holds. It's just, I'm not as confident as the long working here anymore. Because we're creating this high resistance liquidity right here. Versus if we left these three highs right here, see this 1, 2, 3, these algorithmic highs, then I would have longed down here. But because now we have the high resistance liquidity, definitely much worse of a long now. And yeah, it is what it is. It's good to be patient. I don't know what news or whatever is happening on Twitter right now, but probably better to be safe than sorry. I'm still bullish though. I still am targeting this fair value gap. Obviously it's the high in the fair value gap, so this is my first target right here. And then once we hit that, I want this, but I want to see us violate this first. So this is still bullish. I'm just gonna let it go without me probably. So there's a nice displacement candle. So this is going to tell me a lot. This is obviously the first target, because if my bias is wrong, we're going to reject the fuck out of this. So hopefully my bias is right. And Q just hit its intermediate term high right here. So first target for NQ hit. What's YM doing? YM is still holding up nicely. So far in live time, not too much violation of this. Let me see if this is stacked. This might be stacked. Forgot if it was, honestly. Okay, yeah, so this is a little bit stacked, 4211. So even though it's stacked short, right, there's a lot of orders sitting here. Even though it's stacked a little short, it's not changed my bias, because from an ICT's perspective, this is not like we hit sell side. We are getting very close to buy side again on Q. So even though this is stacked short, this fair value gap, right, it's not going to change my bias unless I see an actual short setup. But it is important to note that it is stacked short. If I'm right and the bias is bullish, we will get a giant candle going through the stack. Why a giant candle? Because we're going to need some orders to stop out this giant stack sitting here. And that's what happens. Usually these stack spots that are against the bias, do you get some sort of giant candle to cut through them. And that's how you can predict the big candles that come. So yeah, it's rejecting the stack a fuck ton right now. Fed talks in 10 minutes. I don't see that. Yeah. If you watch my it's in private YouTube videos. I kind of explain what stacked means and how I read footprints. It just means there's a lot of sell orders sitting here, like a ton. Like when this candle formed, there's a shit ton of sellers here, which usually means when we come back up to it, it's like an important pivot point. And I use it in conjunction with fair value gaps and ICT and what he teaches. So now this is definitely not a good long. If we were to come back down here, this is definitely not a good long now. This is just a spot where you'd look for a confirmation setup off of it. Versus right here, if we did break down to it here, this would have been the confirmation setup. Versus, yeah, it would have longed this. Now this is kind of old price action. This is from 10 minutes ago. So now if we come back down to it, would not be as interested in longing it. Okay, and we're rejecting this stack a ton right now, so that's another reason. So you can just see how well that stack was respected. Not something I would have taken, but it just goes to show you these footprint charts are legit. They tell you where these big orders are. Now I'd look for a bearish fair value gap to short, probably. Yeah, and this is news retracted. That's another reason. Even though this is an entry I take, as long as we stay above it and hold this, I'm still bullish, right? My bias isn't bearish yet. Okay, I still think we're going to hit this dotted line, right, which is 1 hour buy side. This is what I still want. And if we cut through this, which, by the way, this is like the V-shape setup I always love. This is like the manipulation, then here's the distribution, right? If we cut below this, then I will be bearish. But as long as we stay above it, I'm still bullish to this dotted line. All right, ESM, we're coming about to test the stack a second time. If this gets violated, I'll be very confident. I will be extremely confident that we hit this. Yeah. Yeah. It's like, yeah. No, you're right. Yeah, we got very quick displacement, which is nice. So yeah, we're still not violating this. I want to see a close above this. Damn. Yeah, don't think we're gonna get it. Well, rip. I don't know what that candle was. See, that was the candle I was talking about. Like that's just a stack. That's the big order filling in that stack. That's crazy. That was a big wick, damn. What'd you say? That looked like a stop raid to me. Yeah, this is where I would expect a giant green candle. Like, we got equal highs here in NQ now. There's really no good entry. Yeah. There's a lot of consolidation around the stack. That again, I want us to hit these equal highs. I want us to break above the stack. It's just it's hard to fade and long rate at it just in case I'm wrong. Once we hit these equal highs, I'll kind of reassess. And we're still not violating this. Like, this is still being pretty respected in my opinion. Like I said, I want to see like a big close above this. Did you see anything else on Twitter about the thing? Okay. Pentagon confirmed, no explosion. Okay. I mean, yeah, that's probably good. I want a war with you. This almost looks like the Sixth Sister. To me, it looks like this is building up for a nice up move here. Like, that's what it looks like to me. It looks like we're about to violate it. Like, I like how we're consolidating the stack. This is when it's like kind of like it's almost like a rising wedge, right? You start to see us compress and compress, and then all of a sudden we do opposite. But that's what it looks like to me. Again, I'm not going to long based on that's really a bad reason to long, but that's what it looks like at the moment. If we can leave these equal highs in NQ, go back to this, get a confirmation long setup, that would be the next entry I'm kind of looking at the moment. But that's like the only way I'll look for a long here. Again, still not super bearish. Even though this is a horrible spot to say I'm not bearish in because this is stacked short. Still saying it, especially if that news is fake. Again, so the entry criteria framework I'm looking for is if we can get down here and then get a confirmation long set up along to these equal highs. So that's kind of what I have my eye on at the moment, for anyone wondering. I'm not just going to blindly long this inside a stack. That's just really stupid. So we just retook this low.
Oh wait. Oh, you didn't. Yeah, YM still doesn't look bearish either. Like this still looks bullish, right? This is a right here. This black line sell side. All right, this is a pretty textbook entry for YM right here. Yes, these guys from the stack. I swear. Like this is just mega stacked. I don't know. This is gonna tell me everything right here. The type of candle we get from this. All right, so I like how he did leave these equal highs up here, because that means there's opportunity. That means we could still get a long setup. It's 10:31. Macro is in 20 minutes. If we retest the lows, I'll look for another long setup. We got triple equal highs here now. Okay, so like I said, it's still in that like building motion. Like we're still building. It looks like we're building liquidity here. These equal highs here, these equal highs here. So combined, that's 5 in a row, which tells me that if we hit these, we should hit these, and if we hit these, that tells me we should end up violating the stack enough to where we should just pump up right to this high. So still not really that bearish. Okay, so there's those. I want to see quick. See if I don't see a quick motion here, that's not good. And I want to see these equal highs set too. Okay, the reason why I drew this line here is because I was testing to see like how much displacement we were gonna get under this line. Yeah. And you can see how strong was, like this is real resistance. This is not fake resistance. This is real resistance. Ugh, I don't like this. See, we barely went above these equal highs. What I thought was gonna happen is I thought these were gonna lead us right up to this, which was gonna pump us, but yeah, maybe. This is just this is buying pressure and selling pressure. No, I'm just kidding. Ugh, still are not violating this. So I'm gonna take off these equal highs now. We got equal lows down here. Which equal, right? So now I got equal lows and equal highs, okay? But here's the thing, like these ones right here, which ones do I care more about? These or these? The highs or the lows? Why the highs? Yeah, exactly. So these highs to me are more important. I will still take account into these, but these are more important to me because they're farther apart. You can see this is 1, 2, 3, 4. These are 5 candles apart versus these are right next to each other. So the chance that these formed as an accident are more likely. Okay, if we hit them, obviously I'm not going to be like, I won't be surprised, but I'll obviously put a little more weight on these ones. Like what could happen is we could just do this. But like these are equal highs where we don't have to hit these, or these equal lows where we don't have to hit these because they're right next to each other. versus these are a little, ouch, my foot, man, ow. Versus these are a little more important to me because they're a little farther apart. And these too, these are very far apart. So obviously more important to me. So it's like, okay, we don't have to hit this sell side. Like, we don't have to hit these lows. If we do, I won't be surprised. But these are lows we don't have to take out. And let's say there's a more of a range here. These lows would not prevent me from longing here. Okay, these are like these lows right here where these are farther apart. This would not prevent me from longing. I'd still look for a long setup even with these equal lows below. I know some people last week they never took setups because we had equal highs and equal lows, but to me these don't really matter that much. Like, these would matter more because they're farther apart, and NQ is equal highs as well. So kind of combining 3D analysis with like how I use equal highs and equal lows. You can see now we actually do have triple equal lows now. So we have 5 equal lows versus 2 equal highs. So now this is something where, yeah, I put a little more weight on. But like before, the point I was trying to make was if these were not here and these were here, this would not prevent me from longing. This is obviously too small of a range to long in. Let's say, so we do a volume balance here. These equal lows would now prevent me from longing this volume balance. Okay. If these equal lows were here and it was just these, then yeah, this would be a good long. Okay, obviously too small of a range to long this, but it just goes to show you, like, I'm trying to point out like which are important and which are not, versus these would be more important because they're farther apart, versus there's more chance that these are formed by accident. We're definitely setting up for a big move. This is, the more we consolidate here, the more this is getting 50-50, versus before I was pretty confident we're going to go up. Getting a lot more 50-50 now just because we're forming equal highs and equal lows. We're forming liquidity on both sides of the ranges. So as time goes on, this is getting a lot more 50-50 to me, rather than, I was a little more confident we're going to go up here. Now I'm not so sure. Okay. So that's something to take into account. Okay, so looks like we broke the lows first, which is fine. Like I said, it was a lot more 50-50 there, versus before, without these, I was more confident we're going to go up. Okay, but then what happens when you form these? Now I'm not so confident. Like, now we're forming liquidity on both sides of the ranges, which means you could either do this, like I said before, or we could have just done this. Right, so it kind of shows you as time goes on, the setup can change a little bit. And I kind of talked about that in my class the other day, where as time goes on, you might get a lot more internal liquidity that's forming now, right? And that's going to happen, where at first you might not be so confident about a setup, but then we form a lot of internal, like let's say they were going to hit this high, but we only have one high here, and we just make a pivot here. Well, I'm going to be a little less confident here, but then once I start seeing all this internal liquidity form, let's say I see really nice low resistance liquidity, well, then I'm going to be probably more confident later on as price goes on, because I'm going to be like, okay, maybe I wasn't confident before, but now I'm seeing a bunch of internal liquidity kind of engineer itself. It's the same thing with NQ. You kind of see a bunch of this internal liquidity engineering itself to go up. Versus right here, maybe I wouldn't have been so sure. Okay? So internal liquidity is also important, because internal liquidity is what boosts us. Hey, I'm gonna go react to Emilio's thing. Emilio just passed an eval, 10:36 a.m. I'm gonna go react with the fire emoji in chat. So I can't be confident when this is going to break because there's no entry here that's telling me this is going to break right now. This is just one of those fair value gaps where there's no entry telling me this is going to break yet. It could break at any time, but I don't know when because there's no fair value gap or nothing over here, no order block. There's nothing over here giving me an entry to tell me this is going to break. So that's another thing to keep in mind. And pretty shitty price action the last 15 minutes, I'm not going to lie. Wait, you took that on gold, Emilio? See how every time we hit this low, we just bounce on gold, right? What I told you guys, and I'm going to keep looking for longs on this every single time because this is still like a... Yeah, this is a good turtle soup. Did you hear me say I'm going to keep looking for longs here? I was like, this is still bullish. Right, so it makes sense to turtle soup these if you're still bullish, obviously. Sometimes you just don't know how far past the low we're going to go. Which is why I don't like turtle soups. Nice. I got no clue when this is gonna break. Ugh. This is very bad price action now. You can just see, like, see how well the stack just holds up? This is just insane. I'm guessing it's going to be broken at some point, but, like, I backtested all the stacks for a while. The chances a big stack like this doesn't go at least 3 or more points is very rare. Like, they usually go at least 3 points, which just has. So that's the reason why we're just kind of holding here. I obviously want to see this get violated at some point today. I'm not sure when. There's nothing telling me. There's no bullish structure. There's no bullish entries telling me when this is going to be violated. That's why you just got to be patient. It's like when you wake up in the morning, you come back to the chart in the morning, right? There's going to be a whole different setup than what you saw the previous day, right? And you kind of got to reassess a little bit. So we're back in this V-shaped recovery setup, okay? This is where I'll look for another long setup if we get it. If we don't, that's fine. Have a very open bias at the moment. If we get a short setup, honestly, I wouldn't mind taking it, but unfortunately, we did reject this, which can't do anything about that. Now is a time where, remember how I said earlier, remember when I said I would have 100% longed if we wicked down right here, okay? Now it's a lot more riskier. Even though this might still work, this is a lot riskier for long now versus right here would have been, if we just wicked down on this wick right here, this would have been way better because this is live price action. Now this is live price action. This is kind of old price action. So I want to see live price action telling me we're going to get along, not old price action. I'm not going to gamble based on what old price action is telling me. What does a bow... Is coil an ICT term? Again, here's like a, if I was short bias, this is something on 100% short right here. really good short, but we know we've low resistance equity above, so even if the bias was short, it'd be against my rules to short something like this, unfortunately. I had this this reclaimed order block marked. You can see it's this green candle for this down move. This is kind of my last line of defense. Actually, I guess this inverse fair value gap is, but ideally, like, you want to see price hold the highest PD array, which would be this one right here. I'm still kind of learning. I've been learning a little bit, right? If we cut through this PD array right here, like if we cut through this and we cut down to this inverse fair value gap here, I'm still learning, like, okay, will this inverse fair value gap now fail now that we've cut through this? That's something I still kind of figuring out a little bit. Does 2-minute volume balance matter at all? On what? Oh, not really. I don't know. I guess not really. So I like this push back above. $4198. Okay. It's order block here. Bearish order block right there. Not something I'd short just because we do have low resistance equity above, and I don't know when this is going to break. So the stack has gone almost 10 points now, which is just crazy to me, right? It's not a stack I would have taken, but just shows you how legit those stacks are. And it's something, remember how I said, I was like, this is a really, really bad time for telling me I think we're bullish, because we were in that just spot where it was mega, mega stacked, right? So really bad time, obviously, for me saying it right then and there. It is what it is. Hopefully none of you chase, because that was a really bad spot to long. But hopefully you realize, like, even though we had the equal highs, it's just, that was a really bad time for me saying, oh, I think we're bullish, right? You want to wait for it to pull back to be confident that we're bullish. Alright, we're coming up to this. We still have this low resistance equity overhead. I still think we're going to break these and go to the equal highs. I just don't know when. Could get a fair value gap forming here. This would tell me that we should break it in this leg. If we don't get a fair value gap here, then it's not going to. Well, never mind. So, this fair value gap was just closed, okay, which tells me still don't know when this is going to get hit. I was thinking that could have been it, but it was closed, so now price action's not telling me it wants to continue up. Now that this fair value gap closed, tells me we could go back down to this low again. Does it mean I would short that? Hell no, because I still want this to break above. In the back of my head, I regret not shorting the stack. What I used to do is I used to short every major stack I saw. But it doesn't really matter. I don't really care that much. What would make me change my bias? If we got like a knifing candle through this, I would change my bias. Like a really stacked, ton of volume candle, but until then, not really. And we have this low resistance liquidity above, so it's hard to be bearish here. The macro time did just start. Which doesn't really tell me anything, honestly. But it did just start. There's something to take note of. So, if I'm right, we should actually run this during the macro time in the next 20 minutes. But I've seen situations where you don't run it till the next hour. I can't see NQ stacks. Yeah. I'm pretty sure this was stacked in ES, so I'm assuming it's stacked in NQ, which is why we're holding it right now. But this is also pretty significant right here, so which is why I drew it. There's just a bunch of sell orders sitting here. Alright, yeah, so we're coming back down to this V-shaped recovery in ES, which is... Can't believe we just went 10 points off this and I didn't even slap a single con. What I usually do sometimes is I'll just slap this lightly and I won't say anything on stream. I didn't even touch this though. And still no long setups. If any of you guys longed, there was no long setup, okay? If any of you guys longed, you definitely have a lot more studying to do because there's never been a long setup yet. Just want to make that clear. No one should have touched a single long in this whole thing. All we're doing is respecting bearish PD arrays, right? There's been 0 long setup, so if you long, definitely got more studying to do. This is where you just got to be patient and wait. Yeah, exactly. For longing, we need to see it, the lower time frame confirm. And the lower time frame is not confirmed yet. The only thing the lower time frame is confirmed is shorts. Right, this was really the spot where I said this is real resistance, right? Did I ever say anything about real support yet? No, I have not. There's never been anything that's telling me to even there hasn't even been a B setup for long, right? I haven't even rated a long setup at all. Because there's been none. Yeah, exactly, Alpha. The thing is, it's good these equal highs are here because now we can use them for later or whenever the market decides it wants to go to them. Yeah, start of a bullish PD array. So like a market structure shift, anything telling me there's a bullish fair value got to enter off of. So far, nothing.
This is the bullish PD right here, by the way. Right? I could blindly long this. Is that my strategy? Not really. No, I want to see a live. I want to see a live long setup right here. Like I want to see a live long setup. My strategy is not to blindly long these, even though I could. It's not super smart. I don't like this. Hopefully that doesn't matter. Yeah, if we reject this and get really nice displacement from this, then yeah. But not yet. ES is like, this is why I hate ES, dude. Like, you could get some banger entries on NQ. Like, if you entered here just blindly and you turtle soup this, you would be up 10 points already. If you entered here on ES and blindly long this, you would be up literally a point and a half. Like, ES is so much better. Or, I mean, NQ is so much better because just gives you so many more opportunities to set your stop and break even and just let it ride. Versus this, if you're setting your stop to break even, you're getting stopped every time. This is just horrible. Yeah, I think I have my settings in the private videos channel. And now what I'm seeing, I'm about to write this in the next time theory, is this is low resistance liquidity as well. So very 50-50. I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna log it. I'm logging on my personal account. I'm just gonna wait till one of these breaks and I look for the opposite way. So yeah, I'm gonna save those equal highs for later. Probably come back. Nothing you can do about them now, unfortunately. Like price, until price gives me some sort of bullish fair value gap, anything. This is hard to be bullish, right? I'm not saying anything. All I'm saying is lower highs, lower lows, and we're just disrespecting all. We're disrespecting all the bearish PD rays. So until I see something that tells me the market wants to reprice higher, such as like a bullish fair value gap, it's very hard to be bullish, which we could get it right now, actually. Not gonna lie. Okay, we might get it right now, actually. This is the start. All right, there we go. Okay, it looks like we're getting it right now. So if we form a bullish fair value gap here, maybe I can enter. Yeah. So this is good. Finally, when we get like a ES move, it moves on Q a little more. Okay, so this is where I want the bullish fair value gap to form right here. And I'll probably try an entry. If this doesn't close the fair value gap, that doesn't tell me shit. Oh, doesn't look like we're gonna get it. So yeah, it doesn't look like we're gonna get it, but I still think we're gonna hit these equal highs. So if you want to,
I'm gonna try one small chase here. I'm gonna buy one MNQ contract here and sell at these equal highs if we can get it. I don't know if we're gonna get this or not. And if that works, it'll be a 10-point move at least. So here's the low resistance liquidity break. My target on ES would kind of be the same spot. Would be right here. Man, the second I start getting annoyed, the market kind of starts to cooperate again. I was like, fuck this. Like, this is telling me nothing. We finally get the long set up. So I'm in one MNQ long here. I'm not playing ES. ES is just trash right now. I still think ES is going to go for these highs, though, too. How many points would that be? That would be 5 points. This is the macro time. I want this to be ran in the next, how many minutes? 9. This ES fair value gap's got to hold. I'm not going to average down probably. If I did, that would just, because this is chasing, I'm only buying one, so I'm not averaging down. Sell stop here. Okay, nice reaction from there. Hopefully this bounces. This has got to hold. There's if you notice, there's actually 2 fair value gaps in NQ. There's one here and there's one here. Okay. We could bounce off of either. Again, these are very clean equal highs. They should be hit. I just don't know when. Hopefully in the next 10 minutes. That would be very nice. Alright, so this fair value gap worked, right? Did I say this was a good fair value gap and it should work? Yes, I did. Okay, I want this high and NQ to be hit. If this high hits, I'm probably just going to set my stop to break even because I'm chasing, and that's a really dumb play. But this was the entry on ES. I said this should work. We'll probably set your stop to break even now that we hit this internal high, because if we go back to this, this might fail, but this would give us the 5 points we want. Yeah, you could aim for high, Dave, if you want. You are? Yeah, that would be smart. Yeah. If this fair value gets violated, it's over. There's no way we're going to high day. This needs to hold. So far, about 2 points from it. Obviously, you would want more. This was the entry right here. That's why I drew the fair value gap out and I said this should work. Right, that was basically me. That was alerting this entry right here. $42.03.25. That was good. That was a good chase. That's a really good chase. I mean, we knew the bias is bullish. You could have chased anywhere along this here, but the problem is if you chased here, you would have been way in drawdown. Yeah. Okay, I want these to be blasted through. We got equal highs here. And I want this to be blasted through. Yeah, Alright, so this high was broken, which is nice. Not setting myself to break even yet. 5 more minutes till this macro ends. So obviously from the entry on ES where I marked, we've gone about 3.5 points. Okay, so now is definitely not a bad time to move yourself to break even if you want, because we did hit internal. I would hold till these highs though. Okay, I'm moving myself to break even and I'm on Q. Because I'm chasing, I'm not going to risk getting stopped out for a stupid ass loss on this. If I get south to break even, is what it is. I want this fair value get to hold, and I want these highs hit on ES. This is where I want like a big candle to take out these highs. And this is where the big candle would break the stack. Right? Yeah, I tried Tradeify, Andy. And my entry was when I said I was entering. Did you not hear me? And hopefully some of you guys enter this ES play too. This was the other play alert I drew this and said this should work, right? This is a good long and it's during the macro. This is textbook. This should work every time. You entered ES, Cody? Nice. You entered right here, right, Cody? When I drew this and said this should work. Alright, good. Good. Alright, come on. There's 3 more minutes till the macro ends. This needs to run the next 3 minutes. Boom. There's the ES target. There's 6 points. I'm gonna just hold the MNQ. Obviously, if you entered ES, get out now. Damn, this is where I wish I had 2 contracts. Is what it is. I can't do anything about it. Anyways, yeah, there's the ES target. If you entered ES, get out there. This was just a textbook trade. This is why I set the long it. These should still obviously break. Damn, that sucks. I know NQ is going to blast to those highs. I want to be safe. Alright, let's see. This should blast through. Nice. Man, maybe I should have taken yes on that. There's 2 more minutes of the macro time ends. I want to see this blasted through. It obviously hit the target, so you should be all out. But obviously, if you want to see higher, this has got to be nice candle pumping through this. This could be a second, right? Because we know this is stacked, so this might be a minute. If you caught type 1, if you caught the ES long, you took your 5 points. Nice. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I should have taken ES on that. Uh, 5 points is not usually the idea, but it's a Monday, so 5 points is best to take. I would honestly hold a runner till this dotted line. I'm not gonna lie. Like if you can hold a runner till 4227 and get another 20 points out of it, do that. But the price action right now is pretty choppy, so yeah, 5 points is the ideal right now in these conditions. Because like too choppy. Nice. Nice. See ya, Goody. Yo, what's up, Butters? You did? Yeah, that's unlucky. There's nothing you can do to avoid that. I still think this is gonna work. This is just being a bitch. The macro time just ended. Damn it. Alright, I'm gonna get out of my... I'm getting out right here, guys. I'm not gonna lie. This might not hit for a little bit. I'm just gonna get out here. I'm literally in 2 points in profit, so it's whatever. Should have taken yes on that. Damn it. So I'm getting out here. 2 points in profit, which is house money. Doesn't really mean anything, but I still think this is gonna get a hit. But the fact that this was not hit at 11.10 is just making me get out. I could leave my stop break even, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna get out. So if you got a better entry than me, okay, please hold. If you entered in this fair value gap where I should have entered instead of chasing like I did, please hold, okay? Because I still think this works. Hold, put your stop break even, and see if this high gets hit. Because I still think this high gets hit. Okay, do not follow what I'm doing. Right? I just got a bad entry. That was my fault. So trust me, these will hit. Okay. These equal highs will hit on ES too, and we'll blast above them. So if you did get a better entry than me, I would get out. If you're on options or whatever, I would probably get out just in case. Kind of sucks that Butters, you got it in options, right? Yeah, it kind of sucks. Where do you enter? Yeah. Wait, what did you get at the height, the peak? Okay. Are you still holding or? Yeah, I got out just in case. Okay. Yeah, that's just unfortunate. Of course, the one time I say play NQ over yes, a yes is a little stronger. But did you guys all get the memo how I marked this for value gap and I said this should work for long, right? That was the alert, right? I know I literally said I'm literally buying here in NQ, but this was the actual alert right here. Because of the momentum, yeah, I wouldn't have waited for this. Also, this is also a retail trend line, right? And what happens? We retest it. So this fair value gap lined up with the trend line retest, so that's why I wasn't waiting for this, really. Is what it is. I wish my entry was better. I would still be in this if my entry was better, but I'm already out, just so you guys know. Ugh. We got 4 equal highs now on ES. Definitely still building. Oh my god. I saw the most disgusting Snapchat. keep holding if you're still in. I still think we take out those highs. There's equal highs breaks. And yes, I would honestly try holding for this high and then high day and then that. Not even high day. I would hold past high day till this 24226. And then if you want to get really, really fancy with it, hold to a 4244. And then after that, I don't long. No way. Don't like PA beak back in the... I like this PA because I know we're going to go. That's why I like the PA. I only like the PA if I know what's going to happen. I know what's going to happen right now, so... I know we're going to go up here. It's pretty obvious, but... we got equal highs on MQ now. Should blast by these. There it is. Thanks, Dylan. My some weirdo made my logo. Yes, there's a channel. There's a channel in the premium tab. You'll see it says private YouTube videos. This is where the market really tests your patience, because I know what's going to happen here. I know we're going to break out of this, but this could happen for all I know. Like, this is where you really get tested. This is an order block. It's not an order block I'd take. Right, it's not one I'd long because it's too high now, but it's one I want to see hold. Butters, I like it. Butters, if you don't get stopped, you're going to get that delta that we get on the candle, where it's going to pump you hard. Probably to 50%. Yeah, trust me. That's what I like. We're going to get a giant green candle, and the delta on your contract is going to jump like... The delta is going to make it go 20% just alone. If we get it, which I hope we do. Same with ES. Like this, if you were in a SPY con, the delta would just jump very extremely high. This is being a bitch. We're setting up nice low resistance liquidity here in ES. So we're gonna pump over that. I just don't know when. Look at trading chat. Alright, come on, baby. Break this. I'm telling you, Butters, the delta's going to make your contract go up like 20%. Assuming we don't go back to this low, which would suck if we did. I'm annoyed and I'm not even in this anymore. I don't really know what to say here. You just gotta wait. like there's literally nothing I could say here because even though I know the bias, anything could happen here. Remember how I said earlier this is going to create opportunity? Right? This is the opportunity I was talking about. Okay, we're breaking this low resistance liquidity on that, or yes, a little bit. Man, this sucks. I'm not gonna lie, I was not expecting to alert a play today. This is textbook. I had to say something. Like, this was just way too textbook. Come on. What are footprints doing here? Footprints look like ass right now. There's no volume in any of these footprints. In hindsight, by the way, I just want to be clear. Okay, I should have taken this trade right here. This one, yes. I don't know why I didn't slap this. I was like, I know we're bullish, but this is still like a textbook play that's gonna work at least for some points. So I should have taken the trade in hindsight. Kind of sucks I stayed out of that. The reason why this is so good is because NQ hit that high that I wanted, and it was just a really nice SMT. But yeah, I knew where the bias was still bullish. This is like a counter trade where you know the bias is bullish, but maybe you take a short back down to like your entry or whatever. So I should have done that. Yeah, I did, but sometimes it doesn't happen. All right, what's your contract at now, Butters? Okay, we should pump over this high. Yeah, I know. Just wait. Let's see if we get a giant candle here. We might. Yeah, we should get a really big candle here. Alright. Wait, ES is about to do it. Come on. Don't sell yet. Don't sell yet. Come on, ES has got to break out of this. What are you up now? ES has got to make a big candle out of this, dude. Put your stop loss at 10%. Because it technically did hit the take profit. So there's the ES, there's the NQ target. I knew this was going to hit. And I'm not going to lie, I did chase again. But I wasn't going to alert that because I was stupid as fuck. So there's the NQ target. Once ES breaks this high, NQ is going to fly. I guarantee it. But our target was hit. Man, options are ass. I'm sorry, Butters. This is stacked. This is why it's being so slow. This is a fair value gap where I would expect this to work even though we hit equal highs, because I'm still expecting this to break out. No, I would not take it, Ant. There's no point in taking this, but I expect it to work. You wouldn't take this because we just hit these equal highs, so this is not a good long play. You should have already been in, and you would have been out. Damn, that's crazy. ES is not breaking this. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 equal highs now. That is crazy. Yeah, you're probably gonna get stopped for the 10% butters. Damn. You should just watch the contracts. I guarantee you when ES breaks this, those are gonna skyrocket. So yeah, there's the target on NQ. So W play, wasn't really expecting to alert anything, but for you new guys, I do not alert every single day, okay? I'll hint at stuff, like I'll hint at some stuff, and I'll kind of rate setups. Like for example, this setup this morning, I never took it, I never said I was gonna take it, but I was like, this setup looks like a pretty good setup. Like if I was bearish, like, which is basically hinting if you're bearish, take the setup, right? This is a really good setup to take if you're bearish, okay? And I'll do like that a lot. I will not alert every day. Today, just that was textbook, so I did. But yeah. Still break. CL is pumping, which is good. This is what I wanted at CL. This is an inverse fair value up an NQ I would not take because I know we still have equal highs on ES. See why you wouldn't have long this, Ant? NQs or yeah, I could have alerted this. Damn. I want this low to be taken. Euro. So, let's come on. This has gotta break at some point. This thing needs. Yeah, EU was textbook. This was, I said I was looking for a short. This was it. This is the confirmation setup. All right, you're out. I'm assuming now, Butters, right? Okay. Watch your contract. Tell me what, like, I want to see what happens if we have a giant green candle here. I'm expecting like 1,000 delta candle to come in here. Right. I'm looking at this delta. I don't like 1,000 delta here. See if we get it. Just scrolling through Twitter. You just see how much is building up. There it is. Boom. The delta's at 800 right now. So there it is. This might actually work now. So you can see this inverse fair value gap's working. Okay, why does this inverse fair value gap work now? It's because ES at the high. We didn't get as big of the candles I wanted. I thought it was going to be a little bigger. There's still 700 delta, so still a lot of delta breaking that. But do you see now this is just a textbook short because we took the highs in ES, we barely displaced above them, and now I'm not surprised at all that this worked. The only reason I said not to short it was because I wanted to see how this candle was going to be in ES first. And because this wasn't that big, right, this tells me this short's going to work. So, and then I would probably target, like, I don't even know, here, and then probably this fair value gap. I don't even know where, probably down here. So, yeah, our target's hit. Nice. There's the short target. Right. See why I said it's a textbook short now. So, boom. Perfect. So, yeah. Type 1 if you caught any of that. For any of those setups, long or even you. If you, I bet you saw my chase is short when I said we should hit this. Nice. So again, that really tested our patience. Took a while, but you know, thesis still right. I told you guys, I was like, I know what's gonna happen here. I know we're gonna go up, and I know we're gonna hit at least these equal highs. Okay, did we go far past equal highs that I wanted? No, we did not. There's still a lot of time left in the day. We could still pump up here. I kind of have no bias anymore. I just want to see what happens again. So that's probably going to be it for me for now. I might come back PM session. I'll see what the price action tells me PM session, but pretty good day. Alerted when I really thought I wasn't going to. So yeah, if there's a headline afternoon, that would be nice. That would give us at least some volatility. New people, how do you enjoy the stream? Like, was this what you expected? Was it good? At first, it kind of started off slow, but then it kind of went a little well, I'd say. All right, good. I was profitable and mostly disciplined. Okay, good. You were disciplined? Disciplined? Yeah, so the one thing I really try to emphasize in here is discipline, okay? It's not, you saw me many times, right? You saw me say, I could have blindly long this, okay? I could have blindly long this for long, right? I said I wanted to long this if we wicked down here. Did we? No, we did not, right? So immediately that's where, okay, I'm going to stay disciplined. I'm not going to chase. I'm going to leave my entry. We eventually come back down, and then it offers a long setup, and then I was like, okay, I'm long in here, okay? So it finally gave us the setup we wanted. Again, that's why you just got to wait. You just got to be disciplined. I could have blindly long this. Is that my strategy? No, I don't. I have a higher win rate when I get the confirmation, but so yeah. Yeah, Burr, when I say that stuff, you don't have to take it. The one thing I said this looks good to take was this fair value gap right here. This one, and then this ES fair value gap. You saw me kind of mark it, and I said this should work, right? That was the one alert I gave this morning. That was the only play you guys should have taken. Any other plays you guys did, that's all on your own. But this is the only play I alerted this morning, right? So really any other play was all on your own, which hopefully I had no factor in.
Awesome. I'm glad, Rock. But yeah, today was definitely a good day to kind of hear my thought process, and this is being recorded, so you can go watch that if you want. Gold, this is a really good long in my opinion. This is like an A- setup for me. Yeah, but some other setups I mentioned, I have nothing to talk about, so I just kind of start saying, oh, here's a setup, but I wouldn't take it, or like this isn't really that good, whatever. All right, well, I may be on this afternoon. I gotta see what I'm doing. I gotta go to this car shop real quick and work out and stuff. So I'll see you guys all later. Yeah, that was the long I like. That's literally the one I said that I like it. But yeah, I'll see you guys later. And yeah, peace out.